sometimes I get like flashbacks, feelings of flashbacks, deja vus, but they're not deja vus in a way. It's like, I don't know if it's like I am aligning in different dimensions or something, but I would get a feeling, a flashback of the way it felt when I was in a dream, where I was in a different dimension or something. And then that feeling would be like attached to a word. Yeah, that's all I can go into. It's so deep. I mean, maybe probably by the time that this video is out and like considered like a successful video, what I'm talking about now would be actually like a known thing, or a more like a more, what do you say, like a more known thing that more people go through or understand or are able to express. That's another thing too, though. Like, expression is very interesting, the way that it works. How you can express yourself. Like, sometimes I would get a thought, and it's like the thought is downloading itself into me. But from the time of like I can understand not just the thought, but like the, I guess the like piece of wisdom, it goes through a whole process in my whole being. And the process gets like, I would also even go through like an experience that will reflect that thought. I'd have a dream that reflects that thought. I like eat food that like reflects the feeling of that thought. But then I also think like, what is the reason for what is the reason in all of these thoughts? I know that like we're meant to evolve, and I guess like the thoughts that we have are sort of the seed to evolution. But then evolution is going to bring in more evolution, like it just doesn't ever stop. I guess if you evolve so much, you have to go back to the beginning, because life is 360, it's not 180. So I guess once you get to the end, you have to get back to the beginning. Right, like it's a circle, right? The earth is a circle. But so I guess it's just one line when it comes down to it. Like, yeah, it's a circle, but it's made from the same, it's made from one line. And like, how do we know what area we are in life? Like, how do I know? Yo, okay, now I just had like a thought. Like, when I, oh, fuck, it's leaving me. So it's like, okay, my whole life, right now I'm 18, turning 19 in a few days. When I'm like here, okay, I'm like in my life, this is my life for me, and no one has lived my life other than me, because this is the most newest life there. I am living in the present, which is the most newest thing there could be. Wouldn't that mean we're already at the end? Because we can't really be getting anywhere, can we? We're not getting anywhere. It's like we're in the same place, like we're walking in the same steps. Because we say, like, yeah, like we're meant to evolve and all of that, but it's like There's only one moment. You can't live two moments at the same time. And that is why we say, like, the past or the future don't exist. If this is the newest moment in your life, which it is, then it's the only moment in your life. Where does the beginning and the end start at then? There isn't any beginning or end to this moment. It's just a moment. I mean, you can't end a moment, can you? We're like just living the same steady line. The moment it ends, as in the moment you die, I mean, that's a whole other thing. You die, but then it's like you can think of the whole thing I'm trying to say, or whatever I'm saying, with death, how it relates to it in different ways. It all depends on how you think of death, or of what you think is going to happen after we die. Because even when I think now, like, okay, I get flashbacks or deja vus, they're not flashbacks. I mean, that's why flashback is even a word, because it's flash back, right? Like, flash back, okay. But deja vus and, yeah, deja vu moments. Because I feel like we think that the past is in a certain place, right? Like, there's a place where you are in the past, where you lived the past, or there's a place where the past you is living in. But I would think, like, what if it's all just happening at the same time, and you're just aware of one? You're only able to be aware of one narrative, of one story, and that's the one that you choose to live right now. Because I think all of it is possible. Multiple dimensions, an infinite amount of versions of you going through life in completely different ways. But you are only aware of one of them, because your brain knows that your human body wouldn't be able to physically comprehend it, and you'll just, like, literally become, like, psychotic. So stick to the easiest story. I just feel like if the world is so big, if there's so many possibilities of how you can be living your life, of what version of you're living right now, or of the versions of you who are even possible or there. If there's so many possibilities, or if there's like a certain infinity to the possibilities of how you can live your life, or the life that you can even live, the possibility of the world you can be in, then I just don't see why I would limit myself, limit what I can get in return, limit the life that I can actually live, because there could be a version of me who is dead broke, a version of me who is in school, a version of me who is, I don't know, in a fucking strip club. There's also a version of me who's like the person I want to be, like the ideal me, who I believe I'm living right now. But it's like, if you take, I just feel like if you if you take these circumstances into consideration, if you take your scenarios and like what's going on in your life and stuff like that, if I try to like limit myself and like think of reality, then it's like you're looking towards your life to dictate the version of yourself, to dictate the life that you're living. But really, all you need to do is just look at yourself to dictate the life that you can live, or dictate the story that you're in. You can't look at the story to give you the script. You look at yourself to write the script. You can't start by looking outside to find out what's from within, or so yeah, that's something I'm trying to like actually um I don't know, I implement. It's very interesting because it comes and it goes, for sure. Like sometimes I fully like I know this is it's so obvious. Other times I need to like actually remind myself of it. It's all flexible. Yeah. Like I don't know, I think fear creeps in when you're trying to get stronger. I think that's the only reason why it's there. It's really there just to make you stronger. Like for me in my life, like I feel like when I get a lot of conflict and stress and stuff, or things to worry about, it's kind of like a time for me to be like, okay, like you need to do better now. Like you need to actually level up. You need to like try out your armor and see if it survives the battle. And if it doesn't, then you need to like strengthen it up. Or if it does, then you get to fight, conquer, and level up. I can feel a very strong sense of leveling up in my life right now. I also don't even think that it has even begun yet, honestly. I think it's very much, I think I have gone through most of the bullshit I had to get through. I do feel like it's starting to soften. It feels like sort of like how when, you open a faucet of water, like a drain, and it starts like the water's all gross and brown and stuff, and eventually it becomes a little bit more clear and stuff. I feel like I'm at the point where it's becoming more clear, but the water's still not clear. Like there's still some brown shit in there. I feel like I'm at the last stage of purifying myself or whatever, but um yeah, it feels like, see, I'm getting another feeling of deja vu. I feel like I am genuinely getting to a place where I am believing that I am the person I want to be, and it's reflecting in my actions towards myself. How I, not just how I fucking treat myself in the way, the things I think of, but really in the way that, like, how am I actually acting towards the things I want to do in life, and not just staying stuck on the reward of what I can get out of it, and being like, if you're gonna commit to a way of getting better, then it has to make you feel good along the way. Like you have to feel like you're actually getting better, and feeling better, instead of being like, this is a quick fix. Oh my god. Gross. Other than, this is a quick fix at life, and this is how you're going to get rich and famous. Like, no, it can't be about that. Even though a part of it is, of course, will always be about that. That's not something I can ever change, but what you do to get to that place is, I feel like is the most important thing. Not only what you do, but how you feel towards it, or how you feel when you're doing it. Because there's so many ways of me starting out my life. I could have done advice videos, I could have done vlogs, I could have done whatever. I chose to do podcast videos, not because I'm ugly, okay? The joke. I know I'm not ugly, it's just because it's not even funny. I don't know why I'm laughing. I know it's okay, stop. Okay. Yeah, I chose to do podcasts just because I just feel more comfortable talking to a mic instead of having a camera on me. Which is really upsetting, honestly, because I'm really pretty, so I feel like I'd get more views, or I just feel like it'd be more interesting, more nice to like have my face on camera. But God said no. So I'm like left to be behind the camera. But not even behind the camera. There's no fucking camera. Anyways. Yeah, these are really just rants and just me doing bullshit, talking about my shit, but yeah, that's kind of what I wanted to say, I think. It's just really like interesting how my life works and how it all goes down. I mean, there's no other way for me to keep on. Sometimes I do want to like give up, and yeah, like sometimes I do want to like just not, just not like have such big dreams, but that shit doesn't work out. Like, you giving up is just such bullshit. Because it's like you chose this thing for a reason. You have like, you know why you want to do it. Like, maybe you don't know, but your soul or your body or whatever knows. Like, it's destined for you. I do believe that I'm destined to be like fucking famous. But it's weird. Fame is a weird thing because I don't think I want it, but it's like I can't really picture my life without it in a way that makes any sense. Like, it just makes sense to me. But it's not like I don't dream of it. I had to go through a very long time of like actually hating it for me to genuinely see it in a very healthy light. But if I were to not become famous, I'd be really fine with it, honestly. I just feel like I'm meant to be famous. Like, it's not even that I want it, it's that it wants me. Like, it's gonna come for me. I know it's gonna come for me. It's bad. It's not bad. I mean, it could be. It's probably gonna be really shitty for me. I'm probably gonna be one of those celebrities who cry about it and like, guys, like fame is really sucks. Like fame does not give you happiness. It's like I'm depressed and I'm famous and it sucks. I'm depressed and I have a lot of money and it sucks. Don't want this life. You do not want this life. Probably gonna be one of those fucking celebrities who talk that shit. Oh my god, so annoying. But yeah, I don't know. I've just come to terms with the person that I am, and like I just always, anything I want is has to be big. Everything. Yes. Fellas, everything has to be big. Okay. So I can't like I've just stopped trying to minimize myself and just accept the person that I've like come here to be. Because like I don't really have any control over what I want. Like, sure, it's based off of basically my childhood and every single thing that I've liked and, what I've reacted to. But again, at the end of the day, like, it's just, your desires, they come for you, they call for you. The reasons why I desire a shit ton of money and fame and admiration, all that shit, it could be because a part of me does not feel like I've had that. Like, when you feel like you're in lack of something, you want the extreme of that thing so that you can feel validated and know that you are that thing. You know what I mean? Like, so maybe that's the reason why, but also at the end of the day, I've just always wanted it. So I can try to like contradict myself and try to fight myself and be like, no, don't be vain. Don't be shallow. Why would you want fame? It's terrible. You're such a loser. Like, why would I try to go against literally like myself? So I say, fuck it, babes. I say, fuck it, and I just go in on it because I want it anyways. Like, I'm not embarrassed for wanting it. I don't feel shame for wanting a shit ton of money. Like, I don't feel embarrassed for it at all. Because you probably want other things, and that's you. It doesn't really mean anything. It's just fun things that you think would actually make your life entertaining and worth living and all that shit. So, yeah, if you have like a desire that's weird and people think you're like unrealistic or you're just off for wanting it, if they make you feel like embarrassed or like embarrassed for caring, then just know that they are embarrassed of themselves and they can't even stand to see someone else not be ashamed of themselves and ashamed of like not being ashamed of caring for themselves because they don't care for themselves. They are right now suppressing themselves and they hate the fact that you have chosen to let go and just be yourself. Don't be embarrassed to fucking be yourself. Because it doesn't fucking matter, babes. It doesn't matter. You can be whoever you want to be as long as you like being that person. That's all. So, yeah. All right, see ya. Bye.